What's going on, everybody? I just actually finished the video, but I wanted to hop back on here and say I'm gonna be butchering names in the beginning of this, so just you're gonna have to kind of roll with it. I can't help it. I've looked them up and I've pronounced them out, and that's how I pronounce them. So if I still butchered them, I'm sorry about that. Well, let's go ahead and get into the video. Located in the Fukuoka Mountains of Japan, there's this blink and you miss it town, with the only indication of it being there is a shabby weathered sign stating the Japanese Constitution is not in effect past this point. The screwed up fairy tale started back in Japan, 1999, where the Nippon TV company had received a letter by an unnamed individual containing the story of a younger couple in the early 70s. On the road to Hasayama, after exiting the Inunaki tunnel, their vehicle suddenly sputtered out and died. Understanding they can't just sit there, the two started walking down the road, hoping to stumble upon a village. Instead, they came across the old, weathered sign. After taking a moment to read the sign, the couple reluctantly kept moving. Not too long after, they finally found the village, but to their dismay, it seemed empty or abandoned. Then, a man walked out of one of the better conditioned cabins. "Welcome, travelers," he exclaimed, walking up to the couple. Standing just a few feet away, he spoke again. "We love visitors coming to our village. We just hate them leaving," while he ripped out his sickle and murdered the man and woman, who neither stood a chance. So, that's the legend of Inunaki Village. But, again, as I just said, legend. So let's go ahead and get into the real Inunaki Village. It's still pretty interesting. I mean, there wasn't murders in the village, but not too far off from the village, I would guess. Let's go ahead and get into it. Inunaki Village, established in 1691. That's a long-ass time ago, by the way. By a dispatch group of the Fukuoka domain. So, the Fukuoka domain was a Japanese domain during the Edo period. A Japanese domain is a historical term for the estate of a daimyo. And estate is just a big amount of land with a large house. So, the Japanese domain is a term for the big amount of land with a large house of a daimyo. Or, again, sorry for butchering this, a Daimyo, daimyo. And a daimyo is a lord with an army that looks over his own little province, his own little territory, but he works under someone. So in this particular period, the Edo period, a time between 1603 to 1867, when Japan was ruled by Tokugawa shogunate, again, sorry for butchering, Tokugawa shogunate, and his 300 daimyo. So like we said, a daimyo is a lord with an army that watches their part of the territory, or their territory, their land, their part of Japan that is basically given to them, or they, I guess, fought for under that guy. Moving on from that, some of the ways that they kind of made money or stayed afloat was by producing ceramic products. So if I had to guess, I would say like plates, bowls. Again, I don't know if they had ceramic bowls at the time, but I'm guessing if they had ceramic, they did something with it, and I doubt it was fucking toilets. So I'm saying, plates, bowls, and, coffee cups and things of that nature, okay? And then another thing was steel manufacturing. Now, I don't necessarily understand or know what all goes into steel manufacturing or making steel. What are you melting down? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? How does it come out? I don't know, so I'm not going to speak too much on that. But later down the road, they ended up establishing a coal mine. Then, in 1889, the village was integrated into Yoshikawa Village. So, this village in Inunaki was basically merged with Yoshikawa and became their own little thing until they ended up merging with other villages and merging and merging and merging until they became Miyawaka City. So they kind of all became one. So after that, the old, I guess, stomping grounds of this place, of Inunaki Village, I guess there's still a couple people there, but everybody pretty much moved, I guess, when they integrated. In 1986, the original site was flooded, so they flooded it because they built a dam there. So I guess it was in the way, and I've seen some places say the dam was built on top. I've seen some say it was flooded when the dam was put in. So we're just going to go ahead and say it was flooded because I kind of doubt they built a dam on top of it, but I don't know. It was flooded due to the Inunaki Dam, and the locals were moved, the people that were still living there. They were moved to Wakiata. I'm guessing, again, it just told me Wakiata. I'm guessing, again, that's in Japan. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one. So, now, this is where some of the legend blends into the real world. Now, there is this tunnel. It's called the Old Inunaki Tunnel. And it was shut down. It was bricked off because there was indeed I don't know how many exactly, but at least a good handful of murders. I know one guy was robbed and tortured and burned to death. Get a little sidetracked real quick. If y'all do end up enjoying this video and y'all want to see another video, maybe on the Inunaki Tunnel, because that kind of an entity in and of itself. So I figured instead of trying to throw it in here and smush it all together and, make a 10-minute video out of it, well, I figured I would just go ahead and leave all the really juicy details out. And if y'all want another video, I'll go ahead and do that for y'all. But getting back on track, village with this tunnel close to it ended up sparking the legend of this village. It ended up sparking a movie called The Howling Village. Now, I did go ahead and watch the trailer. It wasn't in English, but it had subtitles, so I was able to read. But I don't think they were quite perfect, but that's fine. And I will say, right at the beginning, it did kind of have me on my seat, because right off the rip, it was kind of creepy-ish, I guess I would say. I'm not a real good movie reviewer, but, I did watch the trailer, and it doesn't seem like a bad movie. Now, I'm probably not going to end up watching the actual show, or the actual movie, excuse me, but it was directed by Takashi Shimizu, and it was released in 2019. And then I went ahead and went on Rotten Tomatoes and looked up the score, and it was 50-50. So 50 for the reviewers, or 50 for the professionals, and 50 for the standard folk like me. That same year, 2019, when the movie came out, the game came out. The game was called the Inunaki Tunnel, and it came out on Steam. So I went ahead and looked at that. The Inunaki Tunnel game was developed by Chili's Art. I have to give credit where credit's due. And I don't play Steam games. I've always been an Xbox person, or maybe even a PlayStation person a little bit. Always a console person, I guess I should say. And but the way the review was, it had an all-time review and it had a recent review. So the all-time review for the game was 80%, and the recent review for the game was 90%. So if you watch this video and you like creepy games, I've never played it before. Like I said, I don't do Steam, I don't do PC gaming. But if that's your thing and you like creepy games, you might want to go ahead and check it out, because it seems like it's a pretty good game. Now, other than a game and a movie, there was 2 TV shows, I guess you could say. One of them was more like a episode in a show, and they're both animes, by the way. I'm not a big anime person, so I've never really seen these before. And also, too, they don't have the best reviews, so, a lot of people may not have. But, one of them is The Lost Village. It only had 1 season. It came out in 2016. The studio was Daimo Idea, and it had a 5.5 out of 10 on the IMDb page, or IMDb, I guess that's how you say it, IMDb. Had a 5.5 out of 10. So, I mean, better than just half, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. I guess it does kind of line up with the movie. The movie was half and half. The only thing that I've actually seen as good come out of here is a game. So, if anything, I'd recommend the game. But they do have another one, which The Lost Village was a one-season thing. It came out in 2016, but it was an actual TV show. Now, this other one, Stories of the Mystery Tunnel, I'll go ahead and pop up a couple pictures. I should have popped up a couple pictures of Lost Village, too. The Story of the Mysterious Tunnel is the 14th volume of the horror world of Lungi, or Junji Ito series. That's the end of the video. I mean, I don't know if y'all really enjoyed that or not. This is my first YouTube video. I went ahead and ordered a little mic deal. Let me know what it sounds like. This is my first time using anything like that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Leave me comments. Tell me what y'all think. What I need to change. If I do need a better mic, this is a Bluetooth mic that clips onto your shirt. So probably not the best choice. If I need to get an actual PC mic, an actual microphone that sits on your desk, I will 100% do that. But yeah, go ahead and show some love. Let me know what y'all think, what videos y'all do or don't want to see in the future, maybe. And that's pretty much it. I appreciate y'all. And again, everything, pictures and information and everything I got off the web for this video will be down in the description below. I didn't miss a single one because I am not trying to get in trouble. And I listened to my teachers back in high school. So, hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all later. Peace, everybody.